This is the new Galaxy A8, but really it could be called the Galaxy S8 Mini. Samsung are calling it a premium mid-range phone, but essentially it's just a cheaper version of the S8. It loses a few flagship features like the iris scanner and wireless charging, but it also gains a few nifty extras like dual front cameras and, like the upcoming Galaxy S9, a repositioned fingerprint reader which is much easier to reach. But overall, you'd be hard-pressed to tell this apart from the flagship Galaxy S8. The bezels aren't quite as thin, and it is a little bit smaller overall, but it's still a seriously good-looking phone with its super thin metal body and Infinity Edge display. It feels great to use, and I think it's a really good size and easily usable one-handed, unlike most of today's huge flagship phones. It's also IP68 dust and water resistant, so you can take a few photos underwater if you like, and it comes in black, gold or orchid grey colours. Although I think I prefer the gold one. It's not too tacky and it doesn't pick up fingerprints like the black one. The 5.6-inch Full HD AMOLED screen is gorgeous though, although you don't get the Quad HD option like the S8 and it doesn't support HDR, but it's still one of the best looking screens out there. Samsung were originally planning a Galaxy A8 Plus as well with a bigger screen, but they said it's unlikely this will come out, especially in the US or UK, as it would make their product lineup seem too complicated. So design-wise, the A8 has £700 flagship phone written all over it. But the internals are decidedly more mid-range, with a Snapdragon 635 or Exynos 7785, depending on where you live, paired with 4 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of storage. It also ships running the older Android 7 Nougat software rather than the latest Oreo, which is a bit annoying considering this is a 2018 phone, but it still feels surprisingly responsive despite the mid-range hardware and slightly older software. Apps, games and videos all played smoothly, and it's also Samsung's first non-flagship phone to get Bixby support. I am a bit disappointed we only get 32 gigs of storage though, that's half of the S8, but at least it does support microSD cards. But it's not all compromised. The A8 is Samsung's first phone ever to offer dual front-facing cameras with 16 and 8 megapixel sensors, and both with f1.9 apertures, which is impressively wide for a selfie camera. The dual lenses work together to give you the awesome live focus feature, essentially Samsung's version of portrait mode, which was introduced on the Galaxy Note 8. Selfies have never looked better, and having fancy blurred out bokeh backgrounds looks great. You also get a 16 megapixel f1.7 camera on the back. That's the same specs as the camera in the S8. The A8's rear camera also supports EIS, or electronic image stabilization, and 4K video. Battery life should be a little bit better than the S8. It's got the same 3000 mAh battery, but its smaller screen and less powerful hardware should make it last longer. So overall, I'm really impressed with the Galaxy A8, but the biggest issue I've got is going to be the price. At this time of filming, Samsung haven't confirmed a final price or even a release date for the A8, but I'd expect a late February or March launch, and pricing between £420 and £450, which is in the same ballpark as the excellent OnePlus 5T. And since the Galaxy S8 has been out for almost a year, you can find that for around £500 in some places. So unless Samsung can sell the A8 for less than £400, I think it's going to be tough to recommend versus the 5T or the cheaper S8. But what do you think of the Galaxy A8? Would you consider buying one? Let me know in the comments. A big thanks to Corsair and eBuy.com for bringing me out here to CES 2018, and stay tuned for loads more videos coming soon.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.